Before we get started, gotta give a shout out to Jesus Avila Jr., Randy Techno Diamond, and William Parker 8000. Here's a huge thumbs up that goes out to you. Thank you guys so much for watching Toy Gander. You guys are in for a special treat today. So before I reviewed a Spider-Ham or Peter Porker minifigure, and actually it looked pretty good. Now there is an entire line that I saw online that actually looks halfway decent. So I got that line today. We're going to start off with Peter Porker and we'll kind of see how they all compare up. So let's start off with minifigure number 1. So this one I've actually already reviewed, and the overall printing on this is done fairly well. The one thing I think this might be a little bit different is that he actually has dark around his eyes for his nose, which does look pretty good. I like the overall printing on this, and I really do like the custom head mold. I think it's actually done very well, specifically just the fact that there's no like extra bits or anything, and it's not official Lego, so that's kind of surprising. The printing all throughout the character, the torso is actually pretty nice, specifically like on the side print for the arms and the back and the front. It actually looks really good. The only downside to this one is the bottom legs. If you look here, it's actually just kind of it's like a darker print. It doesn't really show up nice, and it actually scuffed on the corners. So I think what they did, they just reused this torso right here, and then they just custom printed a new set of legs, which doesn't look all that great. But just for this figure goes, I'm actually kind of impressed. Let's see how the next one compares. Next minifig. So I don't know if these actual characters exist in the comics. You guys gotta let me know in the comments whether these are real figures or characters or not. What I will say, as far as this character goes, I am really impressed. I'm gonna call him Iron Pig, whether that's it or not. I love this overall design. I think they did a fantastic job with these gold print that covers the face, and it transitions down great onto the torso and the arms. Now they might have cheated a little bit. If you compare these two, you'll notice that he has short legs and he has tall legs. So what they might have done is just take an Iron Man mold and plopped a custom head on it. Honestly, I gotta give it credit to him anyway, because I think it looks great nonetheless. The only thing, I mean, what I will give this one, I'd say, okay, if it is a pig within inside an Iron Man suit, well then it's, you know, he gives him a little bit taller legs. He's not gonna have exactly short legs. So this one gets a pass for me on this one. I think the printing's great. Even if they stole it from a regular Iron Man and just plopped a custom head print on there, I will give them a pass. I think this does look fantastic. And actually the quality's not too bad. So let's see if the next one is just as good. Next minifig. Okay, I'm going to go on a hoof and say it is confirmed that they actually just used regular figures and plopped custom heads on it. I'm not that opposed to it. I think it actually kind of works in this case, with the exception that he has toes on this. Clearly, pigs don't have toes, but if you take that out of the mix, I'd say this looks okay. It's not as good as Iron Man. The main reason I'd say is because this little black bit right here, it just kind of looks like he has a half portion of black hair. If they would have got rid of that, in fact, I might even take some nail polish and kind of get rid of that, because I think it looks actually better without it. And the overall printing on the face looks okay. It's a little bit more outlined in black, gives it a little bit more contrast look, because if you look at this and you compare it to the torso, his torso uses like this dark green to kind of show those highlights and outlines, to where here it uses black. So it doesn't transition as well as at least the Iron Man did. Printing on the back's okay. It's a little bit janky when it comes down to the purple pants, although it is 360-degree print, so you can't be too picky. But this one, I'd probably give it like a C+ if I were to rate this one. Next minifig. Here we have Pigpool, and what I have to say, I'm a fan of this design on the head. They did a fantastic job. Very decent printing on the face. I love the design. I love the look. I think it fits the character very well. But again, my same issue with the other ones is that they clearly just took a regular Deadpool torso and tied in a custom head print. I think it looks good. If they just had some customized pieces within here, I think it would have looked a little better. And I was actually a little bit suspicious because I ordered these maybe like 2 weeks ago, maybe not even that. and it came right away, just like that. And normally it takes like a month or so for me to get these figures in. And like I said before, they just custom printed this head and reused it, a torso mold and a leg mold, which that's why they turned it around so quickly. But this is a great design. I love this look to it. I am a big fan of it. I just wish there was some custom printing somewhere in the torso and the legs. With that exception, just such a fantastic character and decent movement, at least on the arms and the legs. It's actually not too loose, not too hard, and it will probably weaken up over time, but at least initially, I'm sold on them. Next, minifig. Well, I might have to take back a little bit of what I said, because clearly this is a custom torso, which the other ones did not have, or at least I thought they didn't have. This is Dareham, I would imagine, with the DH, so clearly they did make a custom mold for this one, or custom paint job, which is actually kind of nice to see, and it does look a little bit unique towards the bottom here. Also, another little fun fact, this also looks like a dual molded print. I have to give it to these knockoff companies. They are upping their quality when it comes to dual molds. You don't typically see them, but here we go. This one's actually dual molded. The printing on the face kind of suffers from the same issues, I'd say, as Hulk, just because they use these dark outlines, and I don't know if they exactly quite fit. At least with this one, they use those same dark outlines throughout the torso and the legs, so it doesn't look like such a harsh transition. I think it looks a little bit more cartoony than what it probably should look, and it takes away a little bit from that Lego-esque feel. I do like the face print. Actually seeing that beige on this red head, it's done very nice. And if you know anything about Lego as of recently, they are pretty weak recently when it comes to beige on dark prints. It shows up really dark, and I think they just got a little bit lazy. So they got to step up their quality in their game, because these knockoff companies are actually doing a better and better job. Looking at the side print, looks okay. Looking at the back, not too much going on, but they do have 360-degree printing, which is nice to see. There is, I will give a little disclaimer and a warning right here. There's a little bit of extra kibble right on the top of the head from some like mold piece, and then also you kind of notice right here, this is pretty weak. So I'd say the quality for sure on that arm is not that great. Yeah, and I can't push it in any further, otherwise I'd break it. But this is, it's not too bad. If I had to rate this one, I'd probably give it a B-, maybe regular B. Alright guys, it's that time of the video. There is one figure somewhere on the screen that is just not quite right. I need the top 3 subscribers to put in the comments which figure is wrong. Make sure you name them, let me know, and I will pick the top 3 subscribers and give you guys a shout out in the next video I do. Guys, I want to thank you so much for watching Toy Gander. Make sure you click the thumbs up button, make sure you click the bell. YouTube doesn't always announce every time I release a video, so if you click that bell, it's almost a guaranteed. And I want to thank you. Until next time, you can help us take a gander.